Good afternoon. Day 46, and a bit more of the country is now in level 3 instead of level 2. So, yeah, tricky times. We had a good market day today. I went to lots of the stallholders and bought something, and that was one of them. It just made me feel like I was giving back to the community that I participate in every weekend, and we totally understand why people aren't coming out, but yeah. Anyway, would love to see people when they're feeling up to it. Because you know what? Northland is in level 2. Let's make the most of it, people. And wear masks and do all those things. But, we could be so much worse off. Anyway, kia kaha to everybody who's in tighter restrictions than we are. But just remember, we are cut off from the rest of the country, and we need you to come out of those restrictions as fast as you can. So anyway, right. And I have a special and interesting treat for you today. It's called Unpulling, something that I normally would just put in the too hard basket, except that the wool coming out of this is a beautiful variegated yarn, and it is worth the time. So it is sticky, and it has been crocheted on a hook that is too small for the yarn, and beautiful even crochet, I do have to say, but it was given to my mum so she could repurpose it, but she's not able to unpull it, so I volunteered. And sometimes it's worth persisting, because what comes out of it and what you are able to create is a little masterpiece. So when you're unpulling tricky stuff, don't try to wind it at the same time, because it just makes it too hard. And the other thing that you can do, because see it has little like hold places where the yarn just seems to want to hold, but it's not knotted, it's just the fibre has wrapped itself around the next stitch. Now I've already done twice as much as what you see here. So I will persist in doing this. Normally I would have a TV show on that I can just sit and fiddle with my fingers. There we go. And unpull at the same time. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a stretch pressure point and pulling towards that, and that's not too bad actually. And if it gets stuck, then I have a go at pulling it in the other direction as well, and yeah. So I've got one tucked under my arm to try and create a little bit of tension, and the other to try and work my way along the row. So I have to say this is some of the trickiest stuff I've ever unpulled. There's been a couple of times where I've gone to unpull something and it's just been so ridiculous, and when I've looked at it, it's turned out to be machine made, and they've actually stitched inside the yarn, or they've created a great big piece of effectively material, but wool, and then stitched and cut it out like an ordinary piece of material. So there, you can only go across once, and basically it's all chopped up, and that's pretty awful. Yeah. So I thought that once I got the hang of unpulling this, it would just magically start to unpull, but it suits my mood right now. So it's sticky, but it requires a bit of tugging, but will come undone with coaching. Anyway, the reason I'm dithering is I've put my crochet hook bag somewhere with my market stuff, and I believe it might even still be sitting in the car because I was a lazy bones this afternoon when I got home, and didn't take the market stuff out of the car. So my market family is really hurting, trying to work out ways to get people to come and see all the great stuff that they make. And it's easy to think that we would get the same crowd as what we were before we had our last level 4, but I mean, I'm COVID shy. There are things that I still haven't done yet out of this last lockdown that I would normally do, and we still mostly work from home. What I mean by that is we've worked from home, but we do all of our appointments by Zoom if we can help it, and we don't have people come into our house at the moment. Yeah, so I'm sure I'm not the only one who's a bit COVID shy, and even though we've got our injections sorted out, there you go. Anyway, it is Sunday, and I'm looking forward to a fun and interesting week coming up, and tomorrow I will have found my crochet hooks, and I've got the corner ready to go on this, so we are up to a corner, all ready to go to show you, and keen to do that. So I'll find my crochet hooks tomorrow, or maybe even tonight. And this one is just coming along, and it is beautiful. And yeah, I sold one hug in the week, and that lucky person might receive 2 hugs because I can, and I've got quite a few now. So if anybody wants a hug, please let me know and we can discuss postage and things like that. Anyway, have a good week coming up. Sayonara, babes. Oh, yeah. It doesn't want to turn off either. I don't want to leave you. Anyway, bye. Have a good week.